Hey everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Today, we will learn how to use Microsoft Power Query. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to get notified.
Craving a career upgrade? Subscribe, like, and comment below. Dive into the link in the description to fast-track your ambitions. Whether you're making a switch or aiming higher, Simplilearn has your back.
Just for a quick info, if you want to upskill yourself, master data science and data analytics skills, and land your dream job or grow in your career, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various data science and data analytics programs. Simplilearn offers various certification and post-graduation programs in collaboration with some of the world-leading universities like Caltech, Purdue, IIT Kanpur, and many more. Through our courses, you will gain knowledge and work-ready expertise in skills like advanced Excel, Python, machine learning, data visualization, generative AI, and over a dozen others. That's not all, you also get the opportunity to work on multiple projects and learn from industry experts working in top-tier data and product companies, and also academicians from top universities. After completing these courses, thousands of learners have transitioned into a data science or data analytics role as a fresher or moved on to a higher paying job profile. If you are passionate about making your career in this field, then make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment and description box below to find the data analytics program that fits your experience and areas of interest. Now, without further delay, let's get started with the topic, which is how to use Microsoft Power Query. So, imagine you have a lot of data. It can be an Excel file, it can be a PDF, SQL database, cloud, or anything. If it is data, it's your data, right? So you have a lot of data. Now, you have the source of the data. After that, I'm absolutely sure that the data is not clean enough to perform some analysis. So you go through another step where you have to clean your data from unwanted rows and columns, which doesn't make sense or might have some invalid data, right? So you need to make sure that your data is completely accurate and has some standards for your analysis, right? So that's the next step, which is clean and transform. After the clean and transform step, you have the next step, which is load that particular data to your platform. It could be Excel, it could be some data visualization tool like Tableau, Power BI, etc. Right? And after that, you generate some meaningful information of that. You create some pivot tables, pivot charts, and line graphs, etc. Right? So which makes some sense out of that data. You'll understand what exactly is happening with your business, how many leads or how many traffic orders, what's right, and which is the best performing product, which is the worst performing product, and you need to take some decisions on your business which can make some impact on your overall profit or revenue, right? So imagine if you want to do this for a year. If you get 1 year's data and you do it in a day or two, it's fine. And if it's on a monthly basis, you get month on month data and you want to do it, okay, it could not be worse. You can spend 1 or 2 days and it's fine. But what if it's week on week? You start to think, right? What if it's a daily task? It's a mundane task, right? You have to do all these steps step by step repetitively, and it doesn't make you interested anymore in that particular type of job. And the major point of this is you end up spending more time on cleaning the data, transforming, loading it. And the worst part, you don't get proper time, specific time which you want to actually dedicate to plan out something and bring up strategies to improve your business, right? So what if you could automate this, right? What if there is someone who could perform all these steps for you in the way you want, and you can actually have some time to produce some pivot tables, pivot charts, and then understand what exactly is happening with your business and find out some critical points where you can improvise and bring up some good revenue. What if there was someone who can perform all these steps for you, clean your data, transform it the way you want, load it to your platform, and help you create your pivot charts and pivot tables, and actually save you a lot of time where you can spend all that time understanding your critical points where you need attention, you can fix them and plan some strategies out to bring out some good revenue, right? That exact someone who can do all these steps for you and automate your data cleaning, data transformation, and loading tasks for you is exactly the Microsoft Power Query. So you can use Microsoft Power Query either in Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Power BI, right? Now let's kind of generate some data. So this data will be generated using ChatGPT, and we will not generate data like which is not small, like for a week-on-week analysis or a day-by-day analysis. We will create data for years. So we will take 5 consecutive years starting from 2020 to 2024, and we will have some data generated using ChatGPT, and we will automate that data and try to get some analysis done, right? Let's jump on to ChatGPT. So before we go to ChatGPT, I have a prompt written here. So this particular prompt will guide or explain ChatGPT what exactly you want, right? So you're giving some like the Excel data right over here. We have order date, order ID, ship mode, and customer name, customer ID, everything, right? So we have the sales, quantity, discount, profit, etc. So in the same format or a similar format, if not the same format, we are explaining ChatGPT that we need these columns: the order ID, order date, delivery date, etc. And we want all these files in a downloadable Excel file links, right? So you can also specify this column should have certain things, and this column can have certain things, right? So we will copy this prompt and head back to ChatGPT, and you can just paste the prompt and hit enter. There you go. Now your request has been analyzed, and shortly you should be receiving some downloadable Excel files or some recommendations from ChatGPT. I've already performed this process and we have already downloaded some data. So there you go. You have the data from 2020 to 2024. You can just click on this to download the file. So I've already done this job, and I've downloaded the files. So those files are exactly in my downloads here. So if you go to downloads, here we have orders data for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. So this orders data has just one file, which is orders 2020. So we will perform the data cleaning. So first we will specify the source of the data. Then we will perform the data cleaning and transformation process. Then we load this particular Excel 2020 data into Excel. And then we load this Excel data into the visualization tool. We'll use Excel for this. And then generate some pivot tables and pivot charts. We will only do this for one file, which is 2020, right? Now, what's the surprising part is this particular file will also get data continuously for the next year 2021, for the next year 2022, for the next year 2023, and the current year 2024, right? When we just copy paste or cut, copy paste these files into this particular folder, the same transformation steps, the same data cleaning steps, and the same data loading steps, and also including the analysis, will be done for you in the Excel pivot table, right? The process has been just automated, right? So you can see that happening. For that, let's open a new Excel file. So I have the Excel folder right over here. So a new blank Excel workbook will be opened. And if you go to data, here you have get data. As we said, it can be a file, it can be an Excel file, XML, JSON, PDF, it can be from cloud, it can be from a SQL database, any other source. If it's data, you can work from it. So we will give a file here, right? So just, okay. So we will give a file here. So select file and go to the last option, which reads as from folder, right? So go to downloads and select that orders data. Yeah, go to downloads and select that orders data. Remember, this particular folder should have only one file according to us, which is 2020 data, the first year's data, right? Select the folder and open. And this should include the data of only one file, which is orders 2020, right? So if you have multiple files, you can either combine, transform, and load. If you have just one file, you can just go with the transformation option over here. or you can load if you are comfortable with what you have. So I feel there are some minor changes which I would like to make to my data. So I would go with the transform option. Now the Power Query window will shortly open. Now with the Power Query window opened, you can select the orders 2022 Excel folder and it will be loaded. Now let's try to click on the content button over here, which should load our data. Now you can go with the first file. So here's the preview as we expected. We have the order ID, order date, delivery date, etc. Let's press on OK. So the data has been successfully loaded, right? Now we have the first column as source name, which we will not be needing anymore. And you can just remove that. Order ID is fine. Order date is fine. Is it? No, right? So you can just select both the columns and change the data type, right? So here you have the option of change the data type, where you will change the data type from a whole number to date, so that you get a date, right? So you have that. The first transformation step, changing data type, has been recorded here. So this is like Excel VBX or macro, which will save all the steps and will apply to all the upcoming files, right? You have to change the type of delivery date as well. So we will be finding the how many days it took to deliver, or if the delivery got delayed, right? So we can test that. And here, if you see, yes, we requested customer ID and customer name. So we got customer ID along with the name. So we don't want that. We want that in two separate columns. We can do that. So you can just select the entire column, go to the split column option over here, select by delimiter. So I think it all automatically recognized that for us, but there is one loophole. We have a space delimiter space option. So just press OK and they should be helping us with the customer ID. So let's rename the customer ID to just customer ID and this to customer name space name, right? And that's done. Here we have product, which is fine, quantity is fine, traffic is fine, leads is fine, orders, and here comes the money part. So we have revenue, cost to company. So we don't know the profit yet, right? So to calculate the profit, what you need to do is subtract revenue from cost to the company, and automatically you will get your profit. So in some instances, you might get a negative value. Don't worry about that, because that can be a discount offer or some 50% off, 75% off that you regularly sell out your products which are selling in less numbers, so that you can just, move out the products from the stock. So that can be done. And order status. So we have order status as delivered in transit, not delivered yet, or order cancelled, right? So we might have to rule out some status here, right? So we are calculating profit here. So we don't want the profit for cancelled orders or not delivered. Okay, maybe, okay, not delivered orders. Uh, this might be considered as the cost to company and revenue, because it takes some delay to refund the amount to the customers. So we can just add a filter to this particular column, and we will unselect not delivered products and order cancelled products. So not delivered happens when the vendor is not available to deliver the product to the delivery agencies. So in that case, the order gets automatically cancelled, and the order will be the money will be refunded to the customer. So we will rule out these. Now the data is clean. Now, as we thought to calculate the profit, select these two columns, first revenue, then cost to company, because we are subtracting cost to company from revenue, right? So we will go to add to column and standard, and here we have some options. So we will subtract that. So we will get the profit here. So now you can name it as profit. Done. So we just move that column to the money part of this particular data set. So profit, cost to company, and revenue are the money parts. So we will change data type from just values to currency, right? So then that should be converted into the dollars format. Now the first one, we don't need this source name, so you can just rule out this. You can just remove this column, and there you go. Now you have a clean data. You have the order ID, order date, delivery date. Yeah, we forgot the another part of this particular data set transformation, where we wanted to find out the number of days it took to deliver the product. Okay, I think we changed order ID, so we don't want this. So the first, okay, let's change this to the whole number as it was. Okay, so order ID, fine. Now we wanted to find out the number of days it took to deliver the product. So we will select the delivery date first and then the order date second. Go to add column, and we will select subtract in days, and we should have that. Now let's change the subtraction name to days to deliver. And you can move this column, right? Select the whole column and hold it, drag it, and you can move this column along with the dates part of this data set, where we have the ordered date and delivered date, right over here. And you will find how many days it took to deliver a certain product. Now let's recheck once. Order ID, order date, delivery date, days to deliver, customer ID, customer name, what product did he or she order, and what quantity, and the traffic which we received to the website, the number of leads we got out of those traffic numbers, the number of orders we got out of those leads, and what's the revenue we got out of those orders, and what was the cost of the company, and what is the profit that we made out of that order, right? And we also have the order status. Remember, we only considered two types, right? We considered in transit and delivered statuses only. We ruled out cancelled orders and not delivered orders, so that we have accurate results of our profit made and revenue made out of this, right? Now I'm completely satisfied with my transformation and cleaning of my dataset. Now let's go to home, and here we have the option of close and load. So we will go with that, and this particular dataset should be loaded to the data visualization, where we have selected Excel, right? So we have the orders data for 2020, correct? Okay, let's not add date here, because after all, we will have some more data for 2021, 2, 3, and 4, right? So let it be the way it is. And if you just check the filter here, we have only 1 year. And if you just check the filter here, you will have only 1 year. And if you just check the filter here, you will have only 1 year, 2020. And if you go to the delivery date, which, let's say if you have an order placed on December 31st and it got delivered on January 5th or something, so you'll have a little bit of a part of 2021 data, which is completely all right, not to be worried about. So the main important thing is order date. So we want the order dates of 2020. So that is loaded here, right? Now you can just select the whole data set over here, and you can add or insert some pivot tables here, right, from the selected range. And let's go with the default option, which creates a new sheet and everything in a new location. Right here you have it. Now let's say you wanted to make out some insights from this data set. Let's delete the other sheet which we don't want, and let's name it as pivot. Now the products will be loaded to the columns, and profit will be loaded to values. So you have a data set over here, sum of profit from beds, chairs, cupboards, sofa, teapot. So here you have the pivot table, which has sum of profit, bed, chair, cupboard, sofa, teapot, and grand total. Sum of profits made from these, and these. Now select this entire data and go to the insert option here. Go to the pivot chart, and here automatically here you can see that it is suggesting or recommending us to go for the bar chart, which is a lot more better. Just select OK, and you have your pivot chart over here, right? And see the grand total here, 2248 114.15. Now this is only for 1 year of data. Now what we will do is go back to the downloads folder, select the remaining years, which is 2021, 2, 3, and 4, add that to the file location. So let's quickly go to our folder here and go to downloads, select the folders. I'm going to cut them from here, go to Orders Data and paste them here, right? Now our job is done. If we go back to the data here, go to Home and Data. Okay, so now that we have added the data to our folder, go to the Orders Data and here select the data segment and just select Refresh All. So everything is refreshed. Now let's check the order date filter and we will have all the 5 years from 2020 to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's press OK for that. And if you go to the pivot table, you can also see the changes here. Just press refresh all and there you go, you have the updated data right over here. Now that saved a lot of time for you, and now that time can be utilized to plan a strategy and focus on the lower parts of your business and improvise them and bring a big change to the revenue. And with that, we have come to an end of this session on how to use Microsoft Power Query. That said, if you require any of the resources like PPT, datasets that we have used in this session, or the prompt that we have used in this session, or the entire workbook, then please feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be very happy to resolve all your queries at the earliest. Until next time, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.